Morning, everybody. We are few in number, but God said where there's two or three, He would be in the middle. That was just a little paraphrasing right there.
To me, I think that two or three makes a church full.
That's right. As long as you got God in the middle of it, it's going to be a full house. All right, before we get started, can I put one of y'all on the spot and get y'all up here to let everybody out there know? Come up here, Jerry. Jerry's got some bragging to do, and I want everybody out there that's watching to hear this.
We had a prayer answered, and what was Friday? Thursday, Friday, one. Wendy got saved in the hospital, and that was a prayer answered if there's ever been one. And she's still happy, and we're happy, and she wants to be home, but I told her to stay there till she gets better. I mean, I know she's a winner either way, but
She is now, for sure.
she is now
Amen.
for sure. But that's the best insurance anybody can get.
Amen. If you didn't understand it, devil lost another one and heaven gained another one. Our prayer list. I'm going to go ahead and call the names off again. I feel like we need to get these names out there, and Mandy is working on a messenger that will have all these names in it each month. So you can look over these names all through that month and pray over them. We got one that's over at hospice. We need to be praying for that family. God getting ready to take her home. I'm going to go over names.
Will this list be on one single page in the message?
So far, I think we can get all of them on one
I
page.
was thinking if it is, we could separate it in, like me, at my desk, my computer, I've got my list of preachers pinned up there, and I can
Yep.
pin this up beside of it.
All right. Sib Hooker, Wanda and Ronnie Payne, Betty Walker. They're not here with us this morning, so let's lift them up. I don't know what's going on there. Carol Epperson. She has a desire to be here. She's just not able to get around real good, so pray for her. Velma Grubb, Jody Chenault, Daniel Smith, Louise Atkins, Pauline Johnson, Teresa Smith's sister, Ruben Vasquez, Harvey and Shelby Sawyers, Teresa Smith, Terry Payne, Gogi and family, Jerry Shropshire, Helen Bennett, Jamie Buckhart, Edie Gammons, Darrell Anderson, Bonnie Shropshire, Richard Gibbons, Karen Hardy, Brandon Wolf, Linda Roberts, Joey Nelson, Wendy, thank God for that, Ted Chaplin, Lee Atkins, Mike Atkins, Bobby Krause and wife, Nathan Atkins, and this is the one that's over at the hospice. Just lift that family up because God's getting ready to call her home. Donna Pepinos. That is Geraldine's daughter's husband's mom, Tracy and Chris Pepinos. Kenny Gammons, Dante, Frank Danley, Roger Danley, Dale Drew, Maybelle Nelson, Ronnie and Christy Davis, Chloe Pepinos, Justin Pepinos, Thurman Potts and wife, Rusty Angle, Jamie Hawks, Greg Abels, Gurney Atkins, Pauline Webster, Bill Sperling, Jimmy Williams, Nancy Reeves, Ricky Allen, Jennifer Farris, Warren and Rita. Continue lifting them up. They're not here with us this morning. Jimmy Bobbitt, Anna White, Ricky Hudson, Peggy Ardner, Sandra Martin, Mike Donathan, and Jeff Weddle. Is there any other outspoken prayer request this morning? Spell them off one at a time so they can hear me say it.
Rocky Hawks,
Rocky Hawks,
Daniel Hawks,
Daniel Hawks,
Pam
Pam
Willard,
Willard,
Shelley
Shelley
Montgomery.
Montgomery. Those are the names added to our prayer list. All right, any outspoken prayer requests here? Yep. Any others?
Miss Tiffany, you mentioned out of the list, add my son's name, Eric Norman.
Eric Norman, let's put him on that list. Pray for him. All right, those that will, let's gather around the altar and we'll pray on that. All right, I'm going to make some announcements on some upcoming preachers and such. Got Zach Christmas supposed to be here this morning for the preaching service. Kevin Jenkins will be here tonight. Got Larry Norman Wednesday, the 8th. Then next Sunday, I've got Josh Bowen. He'll be with us coming out of, I think, Kernersville. Don't have anyone scheduled for that night service yet. I'm working on it. Nathan Causey is going to be with us the 15th. Then the 19th, I got James Sawyers coming back to be with us. Got Davis and his church and any preachers that wants to come because we're going to do a cowbell service that night. Then Wednesday the 22nd, got Tanner Wood coming back. Then the last Sunday of the month, got Tanner Wood that morning. And the evening service will be Robert Webster. I don't know if he'll bring his singers with him or not. I believe it'll be a good time either way. Then after talking with Betty, or Bet, as we all know her, one of the nurses that she's been seen by is a singer, and they have a little group, and they're going to come out to be with us June 2nd. That's the Salmon Sisters. That's all I got scheduled so far, and I'll try to keep this thing updated and let you know as I know. Now let's turn to Psalms. Oh. Anyone have the Bible questions?
As a matter of fact, okay, let's see. Number one, and the saying pleased the whole multitude, and they chose Stephen, a man full of faith in the Holy Ghost, and Philip, and Prochorus, and Nicanor, I can't hardly read it, and Timon, and Cornelius, and Nicholas, a proselyte of Antioch. And that's Acts 6, verse 5. Number two, for they that have used the office of a deacon well purchase to themselves a good decree and great boldness, with faith which is in Christ Jesus. That's 1 Timothy 3:13. Number three, a bishop given to hospitality, I believe, and apt to teach. That is First Timothy 3:2. Number 4, put them in mind to be subject to principalities and powers, and to obey magistrates, to be ready to every good work. That's Titus 3:1. And number 5, wherefore, brethren, look ye out among you 7 men of good report, full of the Holy Ghost and wisdom, whom we may appoint over this business. That's Acts 6:3.
All righty, we'll get your next one. I'm going to go ahead and ruffle some feathers this morning before I get into the Word. Question number 3, 1 Timothy 3:2. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, diligent, sober, and of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach. We got a lot of preachers in this land today that have been married more than once. We got old-time preachers out here that says they're not qualified to preach because of that. I have to say that if they were not at blame for their separation, and they have given their first wife a written letter of divorcement, that is biblical. Jesus said they give them a written letter of divorcement. I'm not paraphrasing. I'm not saying nothing outside of what the Bible says. They must be the husband of one wife. So if they remarried, as long as they weren't at blame in the first marriage, and they are the husband of one wife, they've given their first one a written letter of divorcement, they're not married no more. They're married to their second wife. They also must be diligent. What's the definition of diligent? Let me just lay it out in layman's terms. Don't give up. That's diligent. Don't give up. They must be sober. What does that mean? The Bible tells us they must not be given to strong drink. How many drinks does it take to be a drunkard? One. They must be sober, not given to strong drink. Of good behavior. I've seen some preachers when they first got started, they want to shove this word down your throat and expect you to receive it. And as they get older, they mature. Their behavior changes. They begin to teach and preach with love in their heart. They must be of good behavior. Given to hospitality. What does hospitality mean? Friendliness, openness. Anytime your brother has a need, whether it be monetary or just needs your prayers, give them. They must be apt to teach. Apt. And I may be wrong in thinking this, but I'm thinking apt means be ready. Anytime the opportunity comes up, they should be able to get up here and be ready to teach or preach. And now I'm going to have a little fun with the number 2 question. When I first looked at it, this is what I saw it reading. For they that have use of office of a deacon, will purchase of them, well, let me read, start over. For they that have used the office of a deacon will purchase to themselves a good degree and a great baldness in their faith which is in Christ Jesus. I thought it said baldness. So I'm getting there. All right. Like I said, some people might disagree with me on that question 3 about the teaching and preaching and such.
Brother Mike, on that subject, I can tell you from firsthand experience. I sat for over 3 years and sat on my living room couch at night, not able to sleep, with my Bible open to Timothy and to Titus, discussing this thing with God. That
we cannot stand up and say Jesus, God, cannot use someone because they've been married before, because, like you brought out, the woman at the well, she had already had 5 other husbands. The man she was with now wasn't her husband. But yet God, Jesus, used her to bring the word. Because she went back to her people and told them, come see a man that told me all that I ever done. All right, Psalms 96. 96. My Bible gives titles to each chapter. Mine says, Praise of God's Greatness and Glory. O sing unto the Lord a new song. Let me stop right there a second. I got one more announcement to make, because I'm afraid if I wait till after, I'll forget it. Next Sunday, Preston Hall and little David Nelson will be bringing Sunday school service to teach it. If they would just want to get up and read a few verses and shake hands on it, that's what the Lord's leading them to do. If they want to get up here and they want to read scriptures and kind of give their testimony or explain what they've read, God be in the middle of it. But they are bringing Sunday school message to us next Sunday. And for those that ain't keeping up with the calendars, next Sunday is also Mother's Day. Let's lift our mothers up, not just that one day, but every day. Mine might smack me if I try to reach over and pick her up and lift her up. But I just let her know that I'm lifting her up in my heart. I do every day. I love her. Psalms 96. O sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord all the earth. The book of Psalms are for, in other words, they're songs. Every one of these verses could be made into a song. It seems like I've heard a song that has sung this before. Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord all the earth.
Brother Michael, to the point you just made right there, these are songs. That's the reason the reading of it is not the way in a synagogue or something like that. These would be sung.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I wish I still had that little tape, but Lily Isaacs, this little kid, I had a tape of her singing the 23rd Psalm, Lord, my shepherd. It just made the hair stand up on me, but yeah, they are songs and meant to be sung.
Verse 2. Sing unto the Lord, bless his name, shew forth his salvation from day to day. They're not only songs, they're instructions. Verse 2 instructs us. Shew forth his salvation from day to day. When we get saved, is that our salvation? Yes, but it's also his. Because when David was at his lowest, he said, Lord, restore unto me. How's that verse go? The joy of thy salvation. It's his salvation that he gives to us. Verse 3. Declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people. We're supposed to go out there and knock on doors and tell them about the love of God and His glory, regardless of whether they slam a door in our face or not. And it has happened. I've had a door slammed in my face. Went back by there a few weeks later, and I had Preston knock on that door. He was probably 10, 11 years old. Man opened the door, and I'm sure he was prepared to slam it, but when he looked down and seen that little boy handing him a tract, he stood there and he listened. Maybe that tract meant something to that man. That's been several years ago. I hope it did. But as far as using Preston, I think about the verse that Jesus said, "Forbid not the children to come unto me," because God can use those children. Declare His glory among the heathen, His wonders among all people. Verse 4. For the Lord is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all lowercase g gods. How many gods are there? One. The Egyptians and all them other knuckleheads and even some of these people today, they worship false lowercase g gods. I could probably make a list of just a few that I know, and I would probably be somewhere in the 30s to 50s. But I'm sure if you dig down into the history of the people, human being, there's probably hundreds of thousands of different gods. They worship the god of dirt. They worship the gods of air. They worship the sun god. Not the S-O-N, but the S-U-N. I worship the S-O-N. There is only one. Verse 5, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Let me read that one again. For all the gods, lowercase g, of the nations are idols, but the Lord, uppercase L, made the heavens. How many heavens are there? Three heavens. We're standing on one. It's heaven on earth. Then we got the sky, which is the upper heaven. Then we got the great heaven that we'll all be going home to. The third one is, I believe, the firmament, if I could say that word correctly.
In other words, we have to consider the air around us as heaven. The universe, fire, and then outer space, which we have seen people into, is
Yep.
a heaven. Then there's beyond that.
Yep. That's why you see in the...
But last time that firmament is going to be coming down.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Just lost his name. Was it John that said he saw the new heaven coming down? All right. Verse 6, honor and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are in his sanctuary. Well, I'm pretty on the inside. Let's go with that. We are in his sanctuary right now. Are we in his sanctuary when we step outside those doors? We better be. That's right, Jerry. We're supposed to be. We better be in his sanctuary, inside and outside. Can't go outside them doors and put on one coat and come into church and put on a different coat. You can't go outside this church and be one way and come into church and be another way.
Well, if we believe, if anybody believes in their heart that in the beginning God created, is not, there's a whole world outside God's sanctuary.
Yes.
We talk about God's house where God lives. Yes, this is the house we come to worship in. But there He lives and everything He creates. It's like me. A lot of people might think this is corny, but Brother Mike, I love to go out in the yard on a good clear night and look up and see the moon hanging up there in the stars. God speaks to me. He's in there. And somebody wants me to believe that it just happened out of nothing. I can't do that. I can't do it. God lives in there. He lives in these trees. He lives in the wind that blows. Now, I can't see Him right now physically, but I know when He moves the trees.
Yep.
I know when He waters the lawn. I see the results of what He does in everything around. So isn't all of that actually God's sanctuary?
Yes, sir.
We should be sanctuary minded, like you said, when we go out the door. We're still in God's house.
See, when David had a desire to build a church, a house for God, God wanted to know why. Why do you want to build a house for me? Everything is His. We're supposed to be Christians on the other side of those doors, probably more so than we are in here. This, I believe, is just a gathering place where we can have fellowship, where we can study His Word together, where we can be preached to from Sunday to Sunday and Wednesday to Wednesday. In some cases, I think we need to be in here every day sometimes.
I've often wondered when I go out like that, I just walk out there and I'm walking around looking up, and there's not a neighbor right straight across from me anymore, or right next door, but there's others all around that. I've often wondered if someplace we have one says, that old man over there across the street's out looking at Americans, I don't know what he sees. I love to go out there.
Verse 7, Give unto the Lord, O ye kindreds of the people. Give unto the Lord glory and strength. Give unto the Lord the glory due unto His name. Bring an offering and come into His courts. Give unto the Lord the glory due unto His name. We're supposed to praise His name. Again, I say inside and outside. We're supposed to praise His name, David. People outside this church should be able to look at us and say, that's one of them our Christian folk. Had a young man this past week. I was out on a job site. He said good morning, and I said good morning. I told him what I was doing. He told me what he's doing. He started walking, and he said, have a blessed day. And I just followed up by saying, whew, ain't God good. If I hadn't have told him ain't God good, I don't know that he would have recognized that Jesus was in me. I hope he did. Maybe that's why he started speaking to him again with, because he saw something different. Something that he had, and I had it too. Oh, worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Fear before Him all the earth. Why should we fear God?
Well, the Bible says, fear the Lord is the beginning of knowledge or wisdom or something like that.
explain that one again. O worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Fear before him all the earth. I'm going to explain it like this to everyone in here, and I hope you grew up in a good home, not an abusive home, so that you can understand this. We didn't need to fear our father or our mother. We needed to respect them, because in respecting them, we understand what they can do to us when we misbehave. As long as we are respecting them and obeying them, the family is doing great. There's love. There's good times. When we disrespect them, Mama looks at us, has that evil twinge in her eye. Sometimes she may be the one that's actually doing the spanking. A lot of times that is the case, the mama's doing the whipping. Then there's the times that the daddies are stepping in and taking out to the woodshed. I'm going to use Preston for a little example here. He was about probably 3 years old. We was having service here, and he was running around cutting up. And I took him back there in this back room, and I just popped him. One pop. Instead of pulling away from me, he got up a little bit closer to me. That is where respect comes in. When God punishes you, you better be drawing closer to him, not running away from him. If you're one of his, he will keep you in line. It's on us to draw closer. The righteousness of thy testimonies is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live. I cry. Wait, how much wrong? Sorry. Verse 10. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth. The world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously. Let the heavens rejoice, and let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof. And the field of joy, and all that is therein. Then shall all the trees of the woods rejoice before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. He shall judge the world with righteousness, and the people with his truth. What is his truth? His word. His word is the truth. If we will study this word and read this word and put it in our hearts, then when we start to do something that's not right, this word will convict you of it. We'll go into chapter 97 a little bit. And this one is titled, The Power of the Righteous Lord. The Lord reigneth, let the earth rejoice. Let the multitude of isles be glad thereof. Clouds and darkness are round about him. Righteousness and judgment are the habitation of his throne. A fire goeth before him, and burneth up his enemies round about. His lightnings enlightened the world. The earth saw and trembled. The hills melted like wax at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the Lord of the whole earth. It sounds to me like those 6 verses those 5 verses right there should be in the book of Revelations. It almost gives an illustration of what the final judgment is going to look like. When God comes back down to judge this earth, and I've used this before and I'm going to use it again. When God comes to judge this earth, he's going to destroy it with fire. And I've used this illustration before, a silversmith. This is a man that takes clumps of silver that has dirt and other foreign metals in it, and he is melting this stuff down. And as he's melting it down, he is looking in it. And as he looks in it, the blemishes and foreign metals, they come to the top, and he scoops them out. And as he refines this silver, he knows that the silver is the most pure when he sees his reflection in it. God is going to destroy this earth with fire. He is going to refine this earth. And he knows it is going to be pure when he sees himself in it. Y'all will probably hear me use that one again and again. That just, it's in my heart. I hold on to that. The heavens declare his righteousness, and all the people see his glory. Confounded be all they that serve graven images, that boast themselves of idols. Worship him, all ye lowercase g gods. Zion heard and was glad, and the daughters of Judah rejoiced because of thy judgments, O Lord. For the Lord art high above all the earth. Thou art exalted far above all lowercase g gods. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hands of the wicked. And Larry's done said, the people of this earth, they can kill us, but they cannot destroy us. For God says he will preserve the souls of his saints. Ray used to say, how long does it take to make a saint? Does anyone here know how long it takes to make a saint? A lifetime. His wife right here just said, I imagine he probably instilled it into her heart that it takes a lifetime to make a saint. Ray became a saint October of last year when God called him home. Am I a saint right now? Far from it. I pray that I can live as close a godly life as what Ray did, so that on the day that they lay my body down, they can say that he became a saint. Light is sown for the righteous, and gladness for the upright in heart. Rejoice in the Lord, ye righteous, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness. Light, I'm going to read that verse 11 again. Light is sown for the righteous. The righteous, let me give you a little bit of an analogy. The righteous, even in a dark room, should still be able to see, because they have the light of Jesus. This world sees the light and comprehends it not. That's in the Bible. They comprehend it not because they don't understand, they don't have Jesus in their hearts. We've had preachers in here talk about having your light, trying to hide it. The Bible talks about hiding our light under a bushel. We're supposed to let our light shine so that this world can see Jesus in us. If we go outside them doors and we put our light back in a box and don't let nobody see it till Wednesday or Sunday when we come back to church, what good is it? It's kind of like having the appearance of God but denying the power thereof. You have your appearance when you come in, and then you take it off when you go out. We're supposed to be the same out there as we are in here. We're supposed to let that world see the light in us with prayer and hope that they'll want the same thing we have. Now I'm going to flip over because I want to share one of my favorite verses, and that's in, you don't have to go there, but I'll just read it out. It's in the longest book in the Bible, or the longest chapter in one of the books of the Bible, and that is Psalms 119. It has 176 verses. My favorite is 169. Let my cry come near before thee, O Lord. Give me understanding according to thy word. I worked with a man, and we got to talking about Scripture, and he opened the door up to it when he said, well, I'm in New American Standard because it's easier to understand. I flipped the Bible over to Psalms 169, and I read him that verse. Then I asked him the question. I said, have you asked the Lord to give you understanding according to his word? Bible scholars have even said that the King James Version is written on a second grade level. The New American Standard is written almost into a college grade level. I've never been to college other than to just walk through and maybe rekey a lock. I've never had no college education. I only made it to the 10th grade. I don't understand all of this Bible. I never will. But as I ask the Lord to give me understanding according to his word, he will give it. And verse 170 says, let my supplication come before thee. Deliver me according to thy word. Verse 171, my lips shall utter praise when thou hast taught me thy statutes. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteous. Let thine hand help me, for I have chosen thy precepts. I have longed for thy salvation, O Lord, and thy law is my delight. When I first read that verse right there, I went back to Psalms 37 verse 4. Said, I'm just going to go back and read it. I don't want to miss it word for word. Psalms 37 verse 4. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. A lot of people take that verse out of context. They want something monetary. So they want something physical. Delight thyself also in the Lord. That is what you're supposed to get your delight from. Delight thyself also in the Lord. If that is the desire of your heart, he'll give it to you. It doesn't say delight thyself in a house, delight thyself in a car. It says delight thyself in the Lord. All right, we got people coming in, and I'm going to go short on you this morning. Jerry, you want to close us out?